America's healthcare was front and center today as U.S. President Trump's health secretary and opposition had a fiery afternoon over federal policies and vaccinations. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was before a Senate Finance Committee hearing, facing questions about vaccine policy and planned budget cuts at federal health agencies. This following Florida becoming the first state to scrap all vaccination requirements for school children and adults. Jason Gaidola joins us live with more tonight. Good evening, Jason.
Good evening, Manisa. Things got real heated today between RFK and senators. RFK was accused of elevating vaccine skeptics to an advisory panel, while the health secretary pressed the Senate over the nature of vaccine mandates.
You're the Secretary of Health and Human Services. You don't have any idea how many Americans died from COVID?
I don't think anybody knows that because there was so much data chaos coming out of the CDC, and there was so many.
U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was under intense questioning about the COVID-19 pandemic and even his ability to lead American health care.
Do you think the vaccine did anything to prevent additional deaths?
Again, I would like to see the data and talk about the data.
You have had this job for 8 months, and you don't know the data about whether the vaccine saved lives?
That's the problem, is that they didn't have the data. The data by the Biden administration absolutely dismal.
During a Senate Finance hearing today, RFK testified in front of a committee following a chaotic week filled with shakeups at the nation's health agencies and policy changes, primarily vaccination policy.
I think that parents should be free to...
I know you said that before, I do too.
To make their own choices.
So will they be just as free after these?
I assume they will be.
I will hold you to that, Secretary Kennedy, because this is not a podcast. It is the American people's health that's on the line here.
This year, Kennedy and his department rescinded recommendations for flu shots and tightened access to COVID-19 vaccinations for younger, healthier Americans, even if citizens choose to want it. A staunch skeptic of the jabs, RFK is accused of propping up other anti-vaccine activists when changes were made to a federal health advisory committee.
You just changed the classification of the COVID vaccine.
I'm not taking them away from people, Senator.
It takes it away if you can't get it from your pharmacist.
Well, most Americans are going to be able to get it from their pharmacy for free.
No, they can't walk into a pharmacy the way they could last month and get access.
It depends on the state. It depends on the states.
One state already made a change yesterday. Officials in Florida plan to scrap all vaccination requirements, which made them the first state ever to eliminate mandates.
Vaccines in your body, God bless you. And I hope you make an informed decision. And that's how it should be. That is a moral, ethical universe.
The state policy dump ends years of research showing vaccinations are the mechanisms to prevent the spread of diseases and illnesses. And polls show Americans broadly support vaccine mandates, including for school children. The latest move by Florida and RFK's hearing drew much blowback by other senators, doctors, and families.
They're taking away funding for cures. They're spreading vaccine disinformation to make it harder to get vaccines. State of Florida is going to, because RFK Jr. is the poster child for this. He's the one that I think can take credit. State of Florida getting rid of vaccine mandates for kids. So they're doing that on this side. On the other side, they're taking away health care from 15 million people. It's a disaster.
Meanwhile, back at the Senate, Kennedy was also pressed against his decision to fire the director of the CDC, which then triggered the resignations of 4 senior officials over the actions.
We are the sickest country in the world. That's why we have to fire people at CDC. They did not do their job. This was their job to keep us healthy.
Thank you.
And I need to fire some of those people to make sure this doesn't happen again.
After today's hearing in a predictable move, the White House applauded Kennedy's combative testimony against senators, likely solidifying RFK's future in the role.